Hello everyone, Meep Reads here. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be reviewing Word of Mouse by James Patterson and Chris Grabenstein. I really enjoyed this book, and I hope you enjoy this book review. And if you do, make sure to leave a like on the video so I know that you enjoyed. And also, if you enjoy my content and you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when my next video comes out. Let's get into it. So, Word of Mouse by James Patterson and Chris Grabenstein has 284 pages, and I'm just going to leave it at fiction. So, this book is written in the first-person perspective of Isaiah, a blue mouse, and other than being blue, he has other characteristics that normal mice don't. For example, other than being blue, he isn't colorblind, he can read, and also he has a very immense and rich vocabulary. And he and his brothers and sisters, his immense family, who are all different colors just like him, try to escape from a place they call the Horrible Place, which is where they live. And only Isaiah escapes as everyone else gets captured. Might I mention that this is also sort of strange because Isaiah is actually the runt. And so he meets this girl mouse after 2 days of being on his own named Michaela, and she brings Isaiah back into her mischief. And during the book, Isaiah is trying to find where his family is. I recommend this book for grades 3 to 6. I think kids in 2nd grade and below just won't enjoy this book. They won't understand it. And I think that kids from 7th grade and beyond just won't enjoy it because they might be looking for a longer read or just a better one. And so I think that it fits with grades 3 to 6 because other than the rich vocabulary, it's really enjoyable. And it's not supposed to teach you a lesson or anything, but sometimes that's good if a book doesn't have a moral, other than obviously family is very important. But it's just something that you can read on your free time, and you can do a book report on it very easily, but it's not like it takes 1 year or something to actually understand the whole concept of the book. So I gave the characters a 10, and humans and mice included here. So Michaela brings Isaiah into her mischief. Fun fact, actually, a group of mice is called a mischief, so that's what I mean when I'm saying a mischief of mice. Anyway, we meet a couple of them specifically, and I really like their personalities, and I think that they work together based on, who they're related to or anything like that. And also, we learn a lot about Isaiah's brothers and sisters, and I like that James Patterson and Chris Grabenstein essentially had to make 90 different personalities, and even though we don't hear a lot about them, it seems that they all have different personalities, and that's pretty cool that they can do that. I gave the storytelling a 10, so really I just enjoy how James Patterson and Chris Grabenstein wrote this book. And of course, I've also done other reviews on James Patterson's books, and I've also done 1 or 2 others where he's worked with Chris Grabenstein, and you can check that playlist out up in this corner, so just click on the little eye icon. And so anyway, I really enjoy James Patterson's books for kids, and I think that this was a really cool way to write it, and this also works with the plot, but I just really enjoyed this story because it's different from a lot of other ones, and I just think that it's just really cool how they were able to write it, and it just being such a different concept compared to James Patterson's other books. So I gave the plot an 8, and I really enjoyed how Isaiah, how this book was written and how Isaiah was portrayed, and how he's the smallest and everything. But it was really cool how James Patterson and Chris Grabenstein just wrote about what it's like to be a mouse, even in a home or something. It was just really interesting, and you don't really see that perspective that often. There aren't many books written about mice or any other creatures that aren't humans. There are definitely a couple out there, but there aren't many books that talk about creatures as small as mice. And the only reason that I took 2 points off is that Isaiah spends around 2 days after being separate from his family before he meets Michaela, and I just think that these 2 days were basically summed up in maybe 1 or 2 chapters, which isn't that long. And I just think that these 2 days should have been included more, because it obviously showed that Isaiah was having a hard time without his family. I just think that it needed a little bit more there. I gave the length a 10, and even though I just wanted that little bit with that 2 days before Isaiah met Michaela, other than that, I think that the length was perfect, and I actually took the 2 points off from the plot instead of the length, because I thought that it was more of a plot thing than a length thing. But essentially these two can just be flipped around in any way. But I just think that the length is perfect, and I have no comments other than that. I gave the ending a 10, so obviously I can't spoil anything about the ending, but just to say the least, I really enjoyed how it ended, and also it ended in a way where you could either have a sequel or you are not going to have a sequel. And I think that James Patterson isn't going to write a sequel with Chris Grabenstein. I would really enjoy that, but I would also be fine if they didn't. But I really like when these two authors work together, so that would be really cool if they did, but I'm not complaining if they don't. So, Word of Mouse by James Patterson and Chris Grabenstein got 48 out of 50, and like I said, I love both of these authors, and there are a couple of books just by Chris Grabenstein that I think I'm going to review in the future, and I really enjoyed those book series. There are a couple by him that I just really enjoyed, but obviously this is both Chris Grabenstein's and James Patterson's books. So one thing that I want to mention is that actually a new middle school book is coming out in February. I think it releases February 16th, so make sure to check that out if you didn't know about that, and now you do, obviously, because I'm telling you. So yeah, mark that on your calendars, and also I'm going to be releasing a review on that weekend. So actually, I have something that I'm going to announce in a couple of weeks, so I can't really do it then, but I'll try to release it the week after, or I'll just get it out as soon as I can. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to leave a like on it, like I said before. And also, if you enjoy my content and you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you're notified when my next video comes out. And if you aren't subscribed because you want me to do a specific book review, well then make sure to leave it down in the comments on this or any of my YouTube videos. And also you can tag me on Twitter, or also you can comment on one of my Instagram posts. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Meep signing off, and I will see you next time.